will keep you updated about what's happening inside. Alright, so follow me.
When you are creating a reality mesh, you are integrating, so you are getting all the contextual information, you are getting the data. So integrating that with the maybe a road design, bridge design software, so that helps you in getting the desired data without. Which we had also promised to Tata Steel.
Bridging the gap between manned and unmanned aviation.
We have two versions, 1084, but in the preferred one with the drone is 720.
So what's the cost of this along with the camera?
30,000.
So it doesn't give you 4K quality.
Plan, track, and validate their
रेसिंग होती है फिर मैनुअली उसको थोड़ा ऑपरेट करके फिर बंद कर
मैं करता हूँ।
And good morning. So we are very excited to be part of Drone Federation of India's this event, because this is probably a day where we will all learn something when we are going ahead. Now, as Bentley, as you may, quite a few of you know, that we are basically a global solution provider for infrastructure segment in the world. Now, in that way, how we are basically integrating this, the data from the drone through reality modeling is basically one of our main focus of this event, of our, segment at the moment. So we would be mostly working, how we are integrating AI, how we are implementing or trying to implement digital.
I'm based in San Francisco. I work for Pix4D. I'm a technical sales engineer, and what I do is I teach people how to use our software. But more importantly, I help people understand the power of geospatial data and how we can use drones to make actionable insights. Drones are flying cameras, and I have the real pleasure of showing people how to utilize these devices, these flying robots, to solve very common problems that they have in their day-to-day lives. Drones are amazing tools, and this particular industry is really changing the narrative of how industries do their work by enabling people to increase the efficiency and the safety. And I think that it's really amazing to have this position and be able to help people and really show them the power of what images can do.
Pleasure being here. Thank you for having us out here today and being part of this gathering. Very quickly, I'm sure a lot of you would be aware of what Trimble does, but on the other hand, you would know what all Trimble does. Most of the people know Trimble about related to GPS, but it's much more than that. Trimble was in the UAV segment. We were manufacturing UAVs, but we divested that with this a couple of years ago. And our focus is to enable other UAV manufacturers and users of UAV to be successful in whatever they do. Keeping that in mind, what we are doing as far as the UAV segment is concerned, we are providing precise positioning solutions in terms of GPS and GPS IMU boards from Trimble Intech. It is a team, and Trimble Planets make fabulous direct geofencing solutions. Then we have correction services, real-time correction services, which a lot of people across the world use that. We also have reference stations. That's part of a conventional geospatial or service solution that we have. That goes in, a lot of users use that for doing PPK or RTK, giving RTK inputs to their UAVs per se as such. Apart from that, we do a bit more. We are all
to be a part of this really interesting panel discussion. I'm Yashwant. Along with 3 others, I co-founded a startup called AUS, right out of our colleges, IIT Bombay and IIT Kanpur, way back in 2013, 2014. So we initially started out as a startup, developing and manufacturing industry-grade drones, specifically designed for aerial mapping and survey. But as as we got more and more mature, what we understood is that, really for a user, the highest value is for him to get the final outputs seamlessly. It does not matter what make of the drone or what software or how does he get sense out of the data. It's about, at the end of the day, very easily getting the right outputs for his specific industry. So then we started focusing on building a complete solution suite that's centered around drone technology. So what we're trying to do is we've of course started focusing on a few sectors, starting from mining. So we have bundled our drone, which is our proprietary technology that we are manufacturing, along with a project management and very powerful analytical platform. So with the whole solution, the idea is that a user should, once he is on board with our solution, should be able to just be getting the right end data that he is really going to use for his design or any other purposes. So essentially what we are doing is we are building a complete drone solution suite that includes the drone as a hardware and a project management and analytical platform. So probably as we go on, I'll talk more about what such solutions can do.
Can I be part of the drone industry? What kind of opportunity am I looking at? So I would like to share that knowledge to begin with as to how people can get interested and what roles can they play in the drone industry. How big is the opportunity?
Probably this is where we are touching upon each and every aspect which each and everybody is working on, like coming from, once again, infrastructure segment. What we call, there is a very common saying when I was in the university, we used to say like, data is like, petrol to your car. So now drone data has become petrol, or maybe it's sitting in Delhi, CNG gas, to my reality modeling, to my reality meshes, whatever I'm creating at the moment. And how it is enabling my users, the user base, which if I go by just Bentley, like the consultants, the owner-operators, how they are basically implementing their 3D BIM vision, how they are planning, from planning to construction stage to maintaining the assets. Where are the places they are able to reduce their operational cost, their time? Everything has now part of this, where we are basically getting this benefit from the data which drone is able to provide. And there is always a debate which I hear whenever I meet any consultants who have a huge surveying team, are we trying to basically completely say drone will do everything and we don't need the surveyors, or we don't need the huge surveying team? And this is a bit, debate which goes on in the room whenever there is some presentation going on in reality model. So we cannot forget that the entire principle on how you're capturing the data is actually, depending on the principles of surveying. So basically you're upgrading the knowledge, you're upgrading your data, you're just making your life easier rather than sending an entire contingent on the ground and spending hours, spending time, and then sometimes if anything happens with the data again going back, you're going for a huge savings. And also in terms of not only data safety of individuals on the ground. For example, if you go by telecommunication sector, sometimes you just need to shut down and then go, an expert will climb the tower for very detailed inspection and then report back, what is the condition for that particular tower. Now we are able to basically implement drone and try to create a model and then automatically try to detect which are the features which that particular antenna has, that model has, what is the level of corrosion. So this is the level of ease which we have brought in. Probably it is, ease of in our life, in the way we are working. I think that is where drone or the data and how we are utilizing the data has a lot to play, and also how much of cost saving we are going for, how much of time, like a standard DPR, probably consultants can give you a better idea. You need to deliver that within 3 to 4 months sometimes, and it comes with those kind of delivery date. So how do you squeeze in those things? Because you cannot spend 2 months in the surveying on the field. So definitely we are, it's one of the catalysts for change, which I would say. And with different kind of drone technology, which is also indigenous, like here we have a huge array of all our Make in India, I should say, community sitting here, whether it's Arab, whether it's IdeaForge, whether it's, in drones. They're probably taking this revolution for the country in a very different way. And we are all part of the same ecosystem here to basically contribute in this particular journey. There is any industry which hasn't been touched by drone. Whether, I mean, that is the way. And honestly speaking, when we are talking of, there are many industries, for example, metro in India, where we are, working with the 3D BIM model, 4D BIM model. So you can see the gamut of those kind of projects when that is being done, and how drone is, how meshes are creating basically this entire seamless workflow. So you are going in huge gamut of the infrastructure segment over here.
I think that, your answer was correct. Almost every industry is being touched. But if we go to the individual level and we say, how big is that opportunity? First, let's divide the drone industry into two parts. You have the filming sector, where of course, if you're an artistic individual, if you understand how to take great shots, if you understand how to deliver content from media to a person, you will have that opportunity. But then we look at the industries, the industrial application of drones, the things that those of us on the panel are considered experts in. That opportunity is huge. And that's an opportunity where there's no reason that any of you cannot get involved. What's the most important thing is to invest in yourself. It's to invest in your knowledge, and it's to invest in your own ability to solve somebody else's problem. Everybody has problems, every industry has pains. If you can deliver real solutions and real answers, and you invest in your own knowledge, there's no reason that you can't find a niche in this growing and emerging industry. Let's take two examples. In the United States, in Silicon Valley, there's a company called Airware. A couple days ago, a couple weeks ago, Airware closed their doors. Airware had over $100 million of venture capital funding in the United States. They were said to be one of the, and they did. They had a tremendous amount of intellectual property, intellectual knowledge, developing these skills. But something that they suffered to do was to deliver a real solution, to deliver a real answer to somebody else's problem. If you can do that, there's no reason you can't be successful. Let's take a very small example of where this industry is providing a tremendous amount of innovation. And that's the calculation of volumes. How much dirt is in a pile? In the construction industry, after a disaster in humanitarian aid, we need to know how much material exists in a particular pile. This is something where previously laser scanners were used to calculate the volume. Or folks would simply fill up a dump truck and say, okay, that we have 10 dump trucks of this material, therefore the volume is X. But now with the drone, you can fly a drone over that area, and using a software such as Pix4D, you can create a very high resolution, geometrically accurate 3D model of what that looks like, and provide somebody with the exact answer of how much volume is in that pile. This is a very simple thing, but this is one thing that is so common that almost every country, almost every industry needs the answer to how much material we're dealing with. And drones can solve that simply. So yes, the opportunity is huge, but invest in yourselves and invest in your own knowledge before you put your money into someone's hardware. Because you need to know what tool you really need to use to solve the problem at hand.
To work on for a long time starting from now is one is AI, two blockchain, and three drones. So these are the huge opportunity starting. So if I ask you to stretch your imagination, imagine this place 15 years from now. What's going to happen? Everything, the highest stretch of our imagination can be that this world goes aerial, right? It's just begun, right? So now, since the topic of today's panel discussion is more about use cases in photogrammetry, so what do drones bring onto the table is, yes, they are 10 times faster than conventional methods, right? Each drone can survey thousands of acres of area of interest every day in, day out, right? They're flexible. You can survey, if you want, you can survey a single acre, and if you want, if your interest is in thousands of square kilometers, you can do it over a period of time, very short period of time, right? They're flexible. And as Urmi mentioned, you no more need to have those huge survey teams out there on the land, working day in, day out, right? So it's kind of, the drones are really user-friendly, 100% autonomous. You can just, one guy can handle a drone from a particular place, and you can just have enormously rich and powerful data which can be utilized in ways that we hadn't even imagined earlier, right? And all of this at the same cost of what technology which we had been using all the way, right? If anything, the drones are going to be more and more economical as we go ahead, right? Now, how big is this? What is the uniqueness of this opportunity of drones? Is that okay? So my specialization is into aerospace, right? So, but today the drone technology has become so simple that I can go to any industry, say mining, right? So I can build a business case for myself. And previously this was thought to be okay, it's a civil industry as such, right? So the barrier for entry, the learning curve was really tremendous earlier. Only civil engineers or mining engineers were able to do for this industry, or for that case, any other vertical, say roads, railways. So any of you or any of the users who have none or very little knowledge can really kick off his or her business in this industry, and with very little efforts, since as I said the drones are really autonomous, they can start building their own use cases, right? So what more beautiful than can this be, right? So the learning curve that has been reduced to almost zero. That's the opportunity for.
One of the very recent project which is still ongoing by Indian Railways as a joint venture also in Jammu and Kashmir for Chenab Bridge. That is literally world's highest rail arch bridge of 359 meters. I mean, I didn't know, later came to know it's even taller than Eiffel Tower. So, from construction, monitoring, the monitoring of the project, to basically integrating that mesh once again with the design of the bridge has seriously, made in such a difficult terrain, has added so much value to the entire process, which the user was not aware of initially, that it can be so wonderfully integrated. So you're getting your terrain model from the reality modeling solution like index capture. You're integrating the same with our bridge modeling solution. So basically, you're not, the workflow is not getting cut anywhere. It is just seamless. It is just flowing. You are collaborating, with all the data within another, environment or project-wise. So somewhere, the value which these kind of critical projects, which brings in, how much of work is going on now in the rail sector, in the metro sector, that is, humongous in terms of, once again, operational cost. Like, you're literally, reducing 50 to 60%. I mean,
I primarily operate in 4 sectors: land survey, accident reconstruction for police officers, which I'll touch on in a moment, agriculture, and then, a humanitarian need. We can speak about, specific examples from all of it, but to remain in the idea of drones for saving you money, drones for adding efficiency into your industrial workflows, etc., let's take the example of land survey. I worked with a client. There's a mine in Dubai. It's one of the world's largest mines for rare earth minerals. For example, lithium, etc., that goes into batteries, that is in all of our cell phone devices, etc. A lot of times when you own a large mining site, you want to be able to understand precisely not only how much material is going to be on that site, but specific distances and specific area constraints in order to best manage and operate the machinery that you have on site. I consulted on a project where it was, to my knowledge, one of the largest known drone projects today, something like 175,000 images. This is quite a large project, right? It took 1.5 months to collect the data with a drone in the field. 42 megapixel sensor, meaning that you're getting a very, very large camera, professional grade fixed wing mapping device. And then it took about 1.5 months to process this data. This saved the mine potentially millions of dollars. When we have a construction project, many times about 25% of the total allocated budget for that project is given for mistakes. But if you, as the owner of that site, have a subcontractor that's coming on and putting in some piping or is going to pour some concrete in a particular section, and you as the manager are not able to physically go and see the entire site every day, there's a potential that the contractor says, yeah, I put the cement, but they didn't actually do it. If you're able to have daily imagery of that project, you can potentially, the contractor can say, yes, I went in and I put the concrete, and then the next day you actually see on the imagery that yes, the concrete was there.